Hey guys, Coach Ben, Benchas.com. Today I wanted to talk about something during the setup process that will be extremely valuable to you when setting up for your bench press. It's something that a lot of people have a hard time with, and it's something that, like I said, can really be a huge game changer for your setup process. You know how I value every little millimeter we can squeeze out of the positioning on our setup. I'm huge on setup. Spend the most time you can on your bench setup. So this is really gonna help you out. What I'm talking about today is using your feet to kind of give you a little push back on the bench. So a lot of people, they'll set up with their eyes under the bar right off the bat. Now, how I like to approach it, I like to leave some space. So I'll get set up a little bit lower on the bench. I'm not necessarily back here yet, but I'm gonna push myself back there. And while I'm doing so, you'll see some of the things I go through. So, like I tell my lifters, set up a little lower on the pad. Whether you like to bridge up off it or use your feet on the floor, that's up to you, personal preference. Right, get your pinch and watch what happens here. So you can see I'm not necessarily under this bar yet, all right? I have to push myself back a little bit until I'm fully set. So I leave myself that little runway, right? I set up down here and I watch what happens when I push myself back. A lot of people make the mistake of they get tight here with their shoulders and then all they do is push themselves back with tight shoulders. Now watch the difference here, right? I'm sticking my shoulders to the pad. Now watch me slide back and you'll see everything's coming in, choking me off because I'm keeping my shoulders stuck to the pad. Pushing back, pushing back. See how I'm creating space between my shoulders and my neck, all right? It's a lot different than just pushing back. I'm pushing back while creating that long neck. So I'm getting a ton of separation between top of my head and down in my traps. And you can see how I'm starting to unfold here and create that long neck. And then I'll push myself back till I'm under that bar. And then guys, I'm good to go, all right? And I wiggle my feet into position and I'm good to go. So that's something you should take advantage of in your setup. Set up a little bit lower on the pad and use that little bit of runway room to slide yourself back, create that long neck. You really gotta think about it now. Pin the traps, push back, and get all that separation back here. All right, you really have to tune into that. So try that out next time you go about setting up. It's gonna be a huge game changer. Don't just get set under the bar and get going. Make sure you set up a little lower. Use your feet as a tool. Squeeze out that little extra millimeter. Coach Ben, and you know where to find me. You can meet me on a bench.